What is going on? It is Saturday morning. Huge day today. Of course, March Madness is in full effect. But Beastie, we got to talk about it real quick. What is going on with our Pistons? I mean, all they do is bring us money here in Detroit. 9 out of 10 they have covered now. I've been on them basically the whole stinking time. So if you're not paying attention, that's your own damn fault. But Beastie, 3-0 last night in best bets. You were 2-2, but your two overs there worked out for us pretty well. But we also gave out the Woodward bets, gave out a couple games earlier in the day yesterday. That went 2-1. So all kinds of winners being doled out around here. But Beastie, Saturday morning early, you got your cup of coffee, and what's going on, my friend?
Yes, I want to preface this by saying it's nice to be on a broadcast or to be friends or a teammate with someone like you or Beer or Woodward Sports in general, because I know you'll pick me up when I'm down. I know I can kind of count on you. I can do one of those trust fall things off the ladder and you'll catch me. So when I'm on with you or Beer, I take some big swings with my best bets because I know if those hit, that's just a bonus. That's just money in the bank because I take these swings because I know you and Beer always hit home runs with your best bet. So I'd like to think, I just made this up as I'm talking now, but I'd like to think my best bets are kind of like the fun end of everything. And if you don't take me serious, just make sure you put in yours or Beer Man's odds here. So that's the thing. I love being around here, and I can always trust you to pick up the best bet average at the end of the day.
I mean, you got that crystal ball behind you for hockey, so well, hey, 2-2 is not too bad. Better than 0-4. I mean, of course, being a sports better, if you're at 55, 56%, you're doing fairly well. But Beastie, I mean, damn, I mean, these Pistons have been just unbelievable here lately. They end up losing by 11, but the spread was 14 and a half. We actually talked about it, how they were only getting 12 the couple times before that they played earlier in the month, and all of a sudden they're getting 14 and a half, playing well. I was all over that one. I'm glad that one came through for us. Ended up winning by 11. But man, crazy times in these basketball tourneys so far. Illinois goes down yesterday. We see, I mean, Purdue ended up skating through. Wisconsin goes down to the Sparties. The Sparties are still hanging, but March Madness is here, full effect. Beast, did you get a chance to catch any of those Big Ten games?
Just drips and drabs of it here. I've made no secret about my notes and the way I dig in with hockey, and I had it on the TV, but it's kind of like how can I put this? You know, when you go to bed at night, you put on a movie and you're just gonna doze off. It's like busy or like just noise in the background. I was flipping back and forth while I was writing for today, kind of prepping for this morning right now. And I had it on. And then, when you hear a big whistle or the fans roar, you look up and you're like, holy smokes, that's what's going on. I do want to say I'm going to apologize. I rarely, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. I'm not going to say I'm rarely wrong. But when I mentioned Michigan State yesterday, I got a few private messages on Twitter. You're a jerk. You're an a-hole. We know you're a Michigan guy. And I kind of put down Michigan State last night. And let's just be honest here. Izzo he's unbelievable. This guy is unbelievable. And he always shows up when they need him the most. The team always, has our back, or Michigan State fans' back, when they need him the most. They win. I look foolish, but hey, I apologize to all you Sparties. I probably can count on one hand the times I've ever said I'm sorry to a Michigan State fan based on the school's performance here. So State fans, you should be excited. That was a great win, and it's going to propel this team, and sky's the limit. It always is with an Izzo-led State basketball team.
Beastie, I got to tell you a little story last night. I'm sitting at the corner bar having a hamburger and a beer, and the game's on, the Sparty game, and it's getting down to the end. And I think the Sparties were literally shooting free throws with a second or two left. Game was pretty much over. All of a sudden, I get a text message on the thread with Beer Man from Spencer, and it says, ha ha ha, and Sparties go green, whatever else. And then all of a sudden we get a text a couple minutes later and it says, sorry, Beer, because Beer's a Wisconsin fan. So Spencer, being a Sparty fan, says, sorry, Beer, I've been drinking. Don't mean to, give you too much shit. And I fired back, hell no, give him some shit. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Give him the suck it. So next thing you know, the old, wrestle it, suck it comes across, and Beer Man's laughing, says lucky win. And, we were going back and forth, but that's what it's all about, really. I mean, a lot of fun. But hey, the Spartans played well down the stretch. Got to give them credit. I mean, that game was like boring at first. I mean, it was hardly any points being scored, but still a lot of fun here. March
Still.
Madness. I mean, you just can't beat it. But hey, make sure you guys are checking out the Woodward Sports Bracket.com. We're going to have a contest here for March Madness. So hey, get yourself in there. It's free to enter. $1,000 for first place if you end up taking it down. But second place, we got some other cool prizes. We got some Yeezys, and then we got a pizza party from Papa Romano's if you come in third place. So make sure you get over there. Hey, and if you're watching the bet show and you get in there, put WB next to your name because somebody from the Woodward Bet Show needs to ship that puppy so we can brag about it and get the $1,000 over here, and we'll keep it with our team over here. We don't want anybody from the morning Wood or Bottom Line or we don't want any of them guys win. I mean, we're the Woodward Bet Show. We got to win this puppy here. So kind of looking forward to that. Monday those brackets will be out, so make sure you guys are checking that out as well. But Beastie, before we get too far, I just want to give a mention to one of our sponsors of the show, and that is Better Rate Mortgage. Better Rate Mortgage, family is more than blood. If you're looking for a mortgage, get treated like family, actually better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit mybetterrate.com or call 248-480-4467 today. But Beastie, we got some hockey today. We got some NBA today. Unfortunately, no Pistons. But we do have a Red Wing game today, and then we also have, of course, we got some March Madness to talk about. But Beastie, let's dive into some March Madness here. Just kind of looking at these games here today. We got two games in the Big Ten. The first one at 1:00. We got the surprise Indiana still in this thing here, Beastie, against number 23 Iowa, and -6 for Iowa, 144. I'll tell you what, Iowa's been playing good. Keegan Murray has been playing outstanding lately. But Indiana, pesky as they are, looks like they got themselves in the tournament here. But Beastie, what are you thinking about this first game here at 1:00?
I'm thinking that this all comes to an end for Indiana here tonight, right? Or actually this afternoon. As you said, Indiana is playing against Iowa right now. The spread is Iowa -6 points. Over under is about 144 total here. And again, we all love a Cinderella story. I mean, that's like basically that's the American way. You could do whatever you want. You can dream and boom. And there's no better way to kind of write a Hollywood script than when you watch, March Madness or even the Big Ten, ACC, any one of these here. In Indiana, they ousted Michigan. That was a nice notch in their belt here. But now the Big Ten, as they try to advance, it's not going to happen. Iowa has been very stout all season on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they are awesome. They press, they get their hands in there. And I just don't think they're going to have, I just don't think Indiana is going to have an answer for Iowa. And when you look at this one, I hate to say this, I'm just going to skip right to the end here. I think Iowa -6 is probably the lock of the day, aside from some of the hockey stuff when we get there. But realistically, I think Iowa beats Indiana here by 15, 16 points. I have the final score being around 90-75. So it's not a good look for Indiana, and it's all going to come crashing down. I would love to sit here and tell you, give you stats, and Indiana is 0-4 against the spread, or Iowa has been 6-0 in the last 6 games in terms of unders here, and all that stuff to me right now is kind of inconsequential. I just think Iowa just beats the heck out of them, and it's just a massive drubbing here. So give me Iowa -6 points here, and then when you add up my final score, 90-75, you get 165 points. So take the over 144 points as well. Iowa will look really good today, and they're going to scare their next opponent here next time they're on the court, Scott. I hate to cut you off, Scott, but you're muted. We cannot hear you. I try to give you the.
You know what? That's what happens when you're a rookie. You get all excited about your pick. But either way, BC, you weren't cutting me off because I wasn't really talking, right? So that's hey, that's the way it goes. Rookie move here. Tried to. I saw the full screen with you, so I thought I had to mute myself to cough. But either way, but Indiana here. I mean, you're just kind of looking here. Indiana is 5-1 in their last 6 against the spread, 5-1 in their against the spread in their last 6 neutral sites as an underdog. Indiana does have one of the best defenses in the Big Ten, which does come into play here in March Madness. But man, I'll tell you what, Iowa's just been playing really good. Keegan Murray's just been somebody. I mean, he's just been playing like a man possessed lately here. So, you know what? These 6 points, though, I'm a little bit hesitant on the 6 points. I do like the overcall in this one here. I think that one is something I'd want to look at. The Hawkeyes have also been pretty good against the spread, 5-0 in their last 5 overall against the spread. So they've been playing pretty well too, 5-0 in their last 5 neutral site games as well. So we got 2 hot teams running into each other here. But I think Indiana's in the tournament here. I think their time does come to an end. But that 6 points does scare me a little bit here. But either way, Beastie, I think this one here should be a good game here. Good for Indiana too, getting that W yesterday against Illinois. I thought they'd struggle with Illinois, but they came through smelling like a rose there. But we also got, of course, another Big Ten game here today, and that is the Michigan State Sparties against Purdue here at 3:30. Number 9 Purdue rolling in here, -6.5. Started at -5.5. We're down to 142 as far as the over/under here, Beastie. You had to apologize to the Sparties here a little bit earlier. What are you thinking about this one here? Do you think Purdue is going to be a little bit too much for him here in this spot?
Oh, well, truth be told, as I said moments ago, I've never had an issue telling folks when I'm wrong and then in turn apologizing here. And when you look at this one, State Spartans are playing Purdue. Purdue's -6 in this one as well. Same spread as Iowa, as I'm looking at my notes. Over-under is about 143 total points here. Now, when we look at this one, there's a whole lot. Like, I can look down. That's why I woke up early this morning to take all these notes down. State 4-2 against the spread their last 6 games. Purdue 0-5 against the spread their last 5 games. And I have about 15 other things that I wrote down for this game. But truth be told, this one I'm going to put on. We all know I'm not a State fan. We all know that, anything betting, degenerate wise, we're there. That's what we do. It's Woodward bets here. But when we look at this one, this game, I told you Indiana at Iowa might be the biggest drubbing of the day. I think Michigan State playing Purdue might be the best game of the day. And I'm talking coming down to the final shot here. Michigan State, what's going to happen in the last minute and a half or under a minute here? I think Michigan State is going to be up around 74-70, something around those lines. And then Purdue late in the game, they're going to foul State, free throws, nothing happens, and boom, they sink a bucket. Purdue, that is, and it just doesn't play out. So to me, I love the final score. Michigan State, take the points. You're telling me I can take an Izzo-led team in March and they're getting 6 points? If I'm reading that correctly, Michigan State will win by probably 2, maybe 3 points in this one. Michigan State advances, and I don't even know how the legend of Tom Izzo can even, it's just unbelievable already. People are going to be telling ghost stories about Tom Izzo 20, 30 years from now, and they're going to do it again. So Michigan State Spartan Slappies, here you go. You're going to have an outstanding game, and they will win. But I want to preface it by saying you're going to have to be sweating it out. As I said, Michigan State, take the points. Michigan State will win by exactly 2 points in this one. And give me the over. That's the only iffy thing in this game. 74-72 equals about, I'm not a mathematician, but it equals, I believe, 146 points. The over-under is 143, so I want to stay away from that. Have at it. So give me the State Spartans plus 6 points in this one, Scott.
Yeah, Purdue has been struggling, bad. You just kind of look at their game log here, Beastie. You mentioned how bad. You mentioned 5, but really they've only covered 1 time in 10 games here, their last 10 games. They've been playing a lot of unders here too recently. Last 7 out of 8 games here have gone under for Purdue. The Sparties have been playing pretty well, as you mentioned. They've covered their last 3, but the last 4 out of 5 games here have gone over for the Sparties here. I have not been a fan of Purdue here so far this season. Haven't had much luck when I've been betting on them. I'm going to take the Sparties here too as well here, Beastie. I think I'd like the under if I had to pick, but I do like the Sparties here today. Not sure they get the actual W here, but I do think they keep it close, and I think that they'll cover the spread here today. But, yeah, a lot of fun here. That game at 3:30. Just want to also mention couple people in the chat. Kelly in Phoenix, of course. She up early with us this morning, and hopefully, Kelly, they get the golf going today. Obviously, all that weather issues they got over there at TPC, but I'm sure they'll get it going here today. We also got Q1 Sports in there. Appreciate you being in there. And then Lance is gone is also in there saying that he liked the over of that Iowa game. So appreciate you guys all getting up with us this morning. Hey, if any of you guys got any donuts, this fat guy here is hungry. I could use a nice little donut here. You know, maybe a jelly, maybe a lemon. Peanut is actually my favorite, to tell you the truth. But either way, Beastie, we got some NBA today. We got all kinds of stuff here today to talk about. We got some hockey. We got some Red Wings. But NBA, I'm not going to get too far into the NBA. Actually, last night was the DraftKings finals. Tomorrow is the FanDuel finals. Had a handful of friends in the DraftKings finals and ended up getting a couple top 10 finishes. I was sweating it along with you guys last night. So kudos to my Run Pure Sports buddies over there who finished pretty high. Big T, JSU, Kevin Fallick, and a few other of the guys. But pretty glad you guys fared pretty well last night. So the FanDuel one is tomorrow, and our boy Hoop, who was on with us a week ago, is in the FanDuel Live final. So good luck to you, Hoop. Hopefully you could ship that and get that belt and bring that bad boy here back to Michigan. But Beastie, as far as NBA goes, you know, just kind of looking around real quick. If you want some value, looks like Brandon Williams is a guy we could look at. Jordan Clarkson, maybe a Josh Hart, maybe some Bama Bayou tonight, some Jimmy Butler. Not too many games here going on tonight, but yeah, maybe Sabonis tonight would be a guy to look at. Donovan Mitchell might be somebody to look at here. But 7 games in the NBA tonight, all of them starting at, we got a few starting at 8, a couple of them going off at 9 o'clock here, Beastie. But maybe we'll throw up some bets on our Woodward bets page here tonight, Beastie. But kind of too early to get in the NBA, especially with all the, inactives and all that fun stuff that we got to pay attention to. But Beastie, before we get too far away from basketball, the college hoops games, I wanted just to ask you here. I kind of forgot to get to you about this one, but is there any other games today in college basketball that are standing out to you? I mean, we don't have as many games as yesterday here. I'm going to guess we got about half is what we do, considering we had 42 yesterday, maybe 20 some today. But I got a couple here that stand out to me. Just want to see if there's any that caught your eye throughout the day.
Well, I'll be honest with you, right? Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, it's a good day to just be a fan of college basketball. I love the idea. Beer says this pretty often, you know, you don't have to bet on everything. And you know what? I'm going to have some chips or some skin in the Michigan State, Purdue, Indiana at Iowa. And then it's all going to be about hockey early only, which I'm sure we'll get to momentarily, and the main slate after hours here. But the rest of the day, you know, it's a good day. The sun is out here. Maybe open some windows. I don't even care if it's only 40 degrees, get some fresh air going through this place here, and then just be a fan. And to be fair, obviously I take a pen and a pad of paper everywhere I go, and I'll have the college basketball games on, and I'll just take some notes, some personal opinions on each game and or each winner. So then in turn, tomorrow or Monday, when we broadcast, I can spin some stuff and really sink my teeth in. But today it's going to be a research day, right? We'll do some research and development today on the college basketball games, aside from State and Indiana at Iowa.
Yeah, there's 2 games here, BC, that I'm looking at here. This Duke game here against Virginia Tech here, I think this game here is going to go under. I like the under in this game. Started out at 138. It's already dropped to 136.5. Duke here -6. I just think this is going to be a pretty slow game. So I'll take the under. And BC, I sent a text message to Beerman this morning and asked him, you know, hey, Beerman, any picks you want to throw out there for the people? And he did get back to me. So I'm going to give a couple of the Beerman picks today. BC, he's going against this. He's got Indiana against Iowa. He also likes Kansas today. And then he also is on Villanova here playing Creighton today at 6:30. They're -6.5. So all kinds of fun basketball here today. I mean, we're getting right into March Madness. I can't wait. Next week is going to be a lot of fun. Plus, we got St. Patrick's Day. So, hey, I may run down there to the Brass Rail. We got all kinds of fun here. I mean, that is just a fun day. I don't know, Beastie, drinking too many green beers. I don't know if I'll be able to get on the air later that day. Beer Man's going down to Vegas, so I mean, we might get a shot from the Beer Man down there in Vegas, but hopefully, we got to get down. You're going down there for the draft. Everybody's going to Vegas, but me. I got to get my ass out there. Haven't been since COVID,
Correct.
but man, looking forward to going to the draft, BC. I mean, I would be just giddy about doing that. I would. That would just be a lot of fun, especially in Vegas. I mean, that's
It's a
just
bucket list.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a bucket list item, and you know what? Kelly's going. There's another chick. Her name is Crystal. Just friends we make on social media. You know what I mean? I always say it in my content or at the end of each broadcast when you go, any words of wisdom, Bootsy? You know what? If you want to make progress or you want something to change, just start with being kind and nice to people. You never know how these relationships will kind of gel or mold and what will come out of it. So now, I get to go to Vegas and cover the draft. B, staying right across the street from where the Raiders play, and that's where the draft is held. And so to me, it's just it's sweet. It's all sunshine and rainbows, which we both know. And anybody watching out there now, it's not always that way, especially the last few years here. So to be fair, I know it's going to sound corny and cliche, whatever. You can make fun of me, dog me in the comments on YouTube here. Just go after it. Chase some goals and dreams, right? Bucket list item. Let's do it. Let's go to the draft. You want to see state play in the national champ, not in the national championship, but March Madness? Go there. Just follow your heart and see what happens here. Easier said than done for most folks. I'm not married. I don't have kids. I can do as I please here, but just chase that stuff. I mean, that is very fulfilling, right? Everybody does a lot of stuff now, and it's just that. It's just stuff. You're just wasting time, wasted relationships, and stop all that nonsense now and just really go after what makes you happy and really go after what you want to do personally, aside from what you hear from all the weirdos and the trolls here. So going to the draft, I can't wait. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned doing what you want here, Beastie. I mean, hey, we're here doing what we want. I mean, we got the Woodward Bet Show. We get to talk about sports betting every day, sports every day. And hey, you talk about doing what you want. I gave up I used to sell robotic equipment, gave all that up. Never even been in the media or the sports media before. Thought, what the hell? I'll give it a chance. I can talk sports betting all day. And here we are, Beastie, having a lot of fun. And I got to meet a lot of cool people along the way, like yourself. I got to meet Kelly. I got to meet all kinds of people, especially in this DFS world that I've been in 10 years. Been to a lot of cool places, been to the, Playboy Mansion, been to several live events all over the country. So, yeah, fantasy sports has been good to us. Met a lot of friends, Beer Man along the way, Hoop. I bet all kinds of people through this small little community that we have here. But, yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way, though, Beastie. It's been a lot of fun so far. Glad we get to do this here. But, BC, before we get too far here, patting ourselves on the back and telling old stories here, I just want to throw it back over here to Kareem here. We got a little message here from one of our sponsors.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Yeah, appreciate that. Better Rate Mortgage. A big sponsor of the show here. We definitely appreciate them. We also got one other sponsor of the show, and that is the Jars Cannabis Company. JarsCannabis.com. They offer delivery, pickup, and in-store shopping. Michigan's largest variety for any of the lifestyle needs. Jars Cannabis is a medical, recreational retailer here located all throughout Metro Detroit, Flint, Grand Rapids, and more. And hey, BC, if you mention the Woodward Sports Network, when you go over to Jars Cannabis, you get 20% off your order. So basically, because you spend $100, you're going to get $20 of free goods there, maybe a couple pre-rolls, maybe a bag of edibles for just checking out the Woodward Bet Show. So we definitely appreciate Jars Cannabis being part of the show. But Beastie, before we get too far else too, we got to talk about some NHL here. I mean, our Red Wings. I mean, how many goals are they going to give up today? I think that's like the question of the day here. just been hemorrhaging goals. I mean, our own goalie scored on himself the other day. I mean, talk about a ding-dong play there. I mean, second goal there early in the game, tries to flip it around, ends up scoring on himself. And I thought, oh, man, I wish they would have shown Yzerman's face, because we saw the game before. He didn't look too happy. And then for something like that to happen to you, I thought, oh, shit,
Wow.
man, he's goalie. He probably wanted to hide under the net, and hopefully nobody saw him. But, yeah, what are you thinking about this game here today? I mean, you've been stacking against the Red Wings here. Are you looking at another Calgary stack here today?
Yeah, really quick, I want to mention one thing before this. There is an early only hockey slate today, and it's about 9:30 Eastern time, Pacific. You can minus 2 or 3 hours here. But briefly, there's 2 games today. First puck drop is at 12:30 in Nashville at the Bridgestone Arena. St. Louis Blues skate to town to take on the Predators, and then the Philadelphia Flyers go to Carolina to take on the Hurricanes. And that one is at 3 p.m. here. And if you know me, I say it as much as I can. Hopefully I'm not redundant, or people you're like, this guy says the same thing over and over. But early only, it's ripe for the picking. There's 2 games today this early. First puck drop, as I said, in a few hours. Everybody's going to be looking at college basketball or regular basketball, or just sports book stuff right here. So there is an edge to be gained in NHL DFS early only in about 3 hours. I love the idea of stacking and putting together Carolina's first line with Nashville's second line. It fits so sweet. And I'll leave it at that. We know Sebastian Aho and Taro Teravainen with the Carolina Hurricanes. And then Nashville, same thing. You can just mix and match. Carolina 1, Nashville 2, or Nashville 1 with Carolina 2. Nashville 1 has been running hot as well. Ryan Johansson, Philip Forsberg, and Matt Duchene. On FanDuel, even DraftKings, they're all very reasonably priced. 2 games, really sink your teeth in, and there's an edge to be gained. I'm telling you now, because everybody's looking this way. Let's go here and stack around. If you want to get really weird, get really off the map here with early only, look at the Philadelphia Flyers. I mean, they've been, last I looked, I think they are absolutely, literally the worst team in hockey now. But look at this. There's an edge, as I said. There's 4 teams, 2 games here. Everybody and their mother's going to be on Carolina 1. Everybody and their mother's going to be on Nashville 1. So let's run it back with the Philadelphia Flyers second line. To be fair, I would imagine that their ownership, that second line of Kevin Hayes, Cam Atkinson, and Claude Giroux, probably realistically under 5% owned here. So give me Carolina 1, Nashville 1 and 2, and a little taste of the Philadelphia Flyers. When we look ahead to the Red Wings game, yeah, you're right. They've been hemorrhaging goals. That's a perfect way to say it. It's kind of like a medical term. It's like, I have a good grasp of the English language here. And that's right, though. When you look at the Detroit Red Wings, it's happened once or twice before in the length of my DFS playing career, where you always stack against bad teams. And what I'm getting at is once or twice, the Detroit team is the bad team that you want to stack against. But this time around with the Wings, you can stack against them, or you could stack them as well. So again, just like the other night when Nashville was in town, final was 6-5. I said on this broadcast, I love Minnesota. That goes without saying, but I do firmly believe you can stack this game from start to finish, and it worked out well for us. So at least in a way, Scott, tell me if I'm wrong here. The Wings are going to give up a ton of goals, but it kind of softens the blow because they're going to score a ton of goals too. So it's just that's the way sports is from start to finish. Everybody wants more action. Everybody wants more points, baskets, and goals here. And when we look at this one, as I said, Detroit heads to Calgary, just north of us here. This one, without a doubt, the Wings, last I looked this morning, the Wings are giving up around 4.17, 4.15 goals a game. In Calgary right now, they're running hot as well, just like Florida, just like Minnesota here. So to be fair, it's like it's a perfect situation. They're on a collision course here, and I think Calgary wins this one, having scored about 5, maybe 6 goals. That's been the sweet spot. But the Wings are no slouch. They're going to keep it close. They're going to keep it tight. And from a real life hockey rebuild perspective, I love this. You're going to give up a ton of goals. That's fine. Get it out of your system. Learn how to win. And all these situations, these kids can learn And shout out to Robbie Fabry. I believe he tore his ACL. He's out for the rest of the season. So we'll see you back, next year, kid. But give me the Calgary Flames, the money line. I would actually take Calgary minus a goal and a half here if you wanted to get wild. But Calgary will win this one 5 or 6 to probably 2 or maybe 3 here. So maybe hold off on Calgary minus a goal and a half, but just stack this game from start to finish if you're a Detroit fan or if you're a Calgary fan. This game on the entire slate, I think, has the propensity to be the most high-scoring game of the slate here, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, those Red Wings, I mean, they've just been giving up all kinds of goals, but just been playing bad. I mean, they're getting down to this time of the year. I don't know if, they're mailing it in, if Blashill's losing their, attention here. I mean, we see that from time to time when teams struggle, which is why, Beastie, I mentioned, especially like with the Lions, as bad as, their record was, Campbell kept them together, kept them playing hard. That goes to show you about a coach. I'm starting to think Blashill is losing this team here. I don't know if Yzerman was upset with Blashill the other night when he said he's gone or if what he was talking about, but I know there's a lot of speculation. It was pointed toward Blashill, but I'm starting to wonder here, Beastie, if these young kids are, just not mentally used to losing. I mean, a lot of these kids have come from pretty good programs, winning programs, and then all of a sudden here, the grind of the NHL and the 80-some games starts to wear on you a little bit here. But just something to keep in mind here as we're betting, as you mentioned, that goal and a half bet. I mean, you don't have to take that minus 333. You can cut it down at that goal and a half and get a little bit better odds. So that is something I like
Correct.
to do. Beastie, I like to look at the first period too. Sometimes you can get the first period over, a goal and a half or over a half goal. Yeah, you can get that, minus 140 or so. A lot of times I like to look at those kind of bets as well, especially in hockey. But yeah, hopefully the Red Wings get it together. Pretty nice. We got our young rookie back, Verana, the other day, but of course Fabry goes down as you mentioned. But big day of sports here today. Kind of looking forward to it. The weather's supposed to be starting to get nice. I couldn't believe it. Next Thursday on St. Patrick's Day here in Detroit. I mean, we're supposed to be close to 65, 70 degrees here. I don't know if we're going to know what to do on a St. Patrick's Day. Everybody's going to be in a good mood on top of, the weather being nice. So, oh boy, them green beers might be flowing pretty good here. But either way, Beastie, we're getting down to that time of the show here. We're going to have to give out some best bets here. As I said, I got Beer Man's best bets. He likes Indiana. He likes Villanova. And he likes, who was that last one he said he liked? Do you remember there, Beastie?
Kansas.
Indiana, Kansas,
it was
and
Kansas.
Villanova. Yep, those are Beer Man's 3 best bets today. But Beastie, what you got for today?
I'm going to keep it with hockey per usual. And how could I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Arizona Coyotes. 2 games in a row now. They've gone nuts. They've made me, a lot of FanDuel money as of late. 2 back-to-back games, 8 goals, 6 goals. And that first line is unbelievable. So from DFS purposes, use that first line. Boyd and Schmaltz and Clayton Keller. But on the ice, in terms of a bet here, Arizona goes to Boston. Boston is an outstanding team, as offensive team as well here. The over-under sits at about 6.5 goals here. I think we're looking at a final score of Arizona 5-4. So you add that up, that's 9 goals. Give me the over in the Arizona and Boston Bruins game. Give me the under 5.5 in Anaheim at New Jersey. 2 teams that you could stack them today, in DFS formats. But in terms of a bet, I think Anaheim wins this one 3-2, 3-1 here. So give me the under in that one. And I love the idea. I'm looking down at my notes here. I also love the idea of taking the Los Angeles Kings money line. They're playing in San Jose today. I think LA wins 4-2, 5-2. So give me the Kings money line. Give me the under in the Mighty Ducks and Jersey Devils game, and give me the over in Arizona at Boston game. And I'm going to play close attention to the Coyotes at Boston. Let's just keep this thing running. But more than anybody else, when something starts working or when something continues to work, you want to stick with it. Now I feel like I'm forever indebted to the Arizona Coyotes. What can you do?
I mean, I feel like the same way with the Pistons, Beastie. I mean, how can you hop off the Pistons? They've been absolutely on fire against the spread. You just got to ride the hot streak. Gambling's up and down, up and down. You just got to follow streak. Excuse me. Jeez, that one came on real quick. But for my best bets here, Beastie, I got a couple of them as well. The first one that I am going to be looking at is Kentucky and Tennessee game. I'm all over Kentucky here. Give me Kentucky. This is my team here, BC, that I am going to call is going to win the NCAA tournament here. So give me them 67% on the money. They're giving Tennessee 3. I think that they're going to be a little bit too much for them to handle. And then I got two other ones, Akron and Kent State here. I'm going to look at the under. Both these two teams played quite a bit of unders if you look at their overall records here. So I am going to be looking at the under here. Akron 17-13 in the unders. Kent State is 18-11 to the under. So I'm going to be looking at a pretty slow game here in this MAC championship game. And then I'm going to go to the Big Sky tournament here. I can't even name one player on either one of these teams, Northern Colorado and Montana State here. But I'm going to rank with Montana State. Montana State's ranked 134. Northern Colorado is ranked 204. And I think those 4 points are just not going to be enough here. So give me Montana State, just kind of looking at the numbers and what I see. I also see a couple of my sharp buddies that are on them as well. So I'm going to roll with Montana State. As I mentioned, no, I can't mention one stinking player on their team, and nor do I care as long as they cover. But, BC, that's the way it works here when, you're betting on teams, that you don't know, especially, in this NCAA tournament here, March Madness. Sometimes you just got to take some things, look at the numbers, and try to crunch it out and see which way it rolls out here for you. But, BC, before we got out of here, any word of wisdom for the people and all these DGens today?
Yeah, it's Saturday, March 12th here, early in the morning. Use this day. You don't have to use the whole day. Use a portion of it, just a little bit of self-reflection. Take stock in what's important to you, what's important around you. So you take a little bit of self-reflection and then maybe write out a little mini gratitude list. I am thankful for because, and it only takes 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm telling you, it'll propel the rest of your day and the rest of the weekend, and you'll get off on the right foot here, Scott.
Yeah, my words of wisdom, hit that like button for us, hit that subscribe button, and of course, always gamble responsibly. Just try to have fun with it. That is what we're here for. But either way, BC, that is going to do it for the Woodward Bet Show today. So for Kareem Behind the Glass, for Detroit Beastie, I am Scott. We appreciate you guys listening. Make sure you're back here tomorrow. We're going to break down all the other championships games right before March Madness and all the bracket fun comes out. But we will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Make sure you check us out. We appreciate you listening today, and good luck, and we'll catch you tomorrow.